Hello, welcome to Grammar and Writing Lesson 34. Today's vocabulary words are homophones. Homophones. So homophones, those are words, remember, that they sound the same, but they're not necessarily spelled the same. Sometimes they are, and but they do have different meanings, even though they sound the same. So the first word is discrete. Discrete. D-I-S-C-R-E-T-E, discrete. This discrete means separate, distinct, or apart. Normally, actually, in English, we use that word distinct more than we use the word discrete, but it has that idea that it's distinct, that it's separate, that it's its own part. So it is discrete from something else. A good way to remember that it's the separate, the one that's spelled as the one that separates something, is look right here at the spelling. You have your E, T, E. You have a T separating your E's. You'll see why that is important in just a second. Used in a sentence, it could look something like this. The United States has three discrete, I wanted to say distinct, has three discrete branches of government: executive, legislative, and judicial. The second discrete is D-I-S-C-R-E-E-T. So here, notice that the two E's are together. So for the one that means separate, your two E's are separated by a T. For the other one, they are not separated. Your E's are together. So that's just a clue that might help you. This second discrete means to be careful or wise in your speech and conduct. Your conduct is how you act, how you behave yourself. Basically, your general behavior is your conduct. So if you are wise and careful in how you act and behave, then you are discreet. That's the one that's more common to use discrete for. And there you have your two E's together. In a sentence, it might look something like this. The accountant was discreet about his client's bankruptcy. That means that the accountant is not going to say much about it. They are going to be discreet. Okay, let's get some practice. Fill in the blank with the correct vocabulary word. Please be blank if you leave the seminar early. Which discrete would go there? Please be blank if you leave the seminar early. Two words that sound the same but differ in meaning are, now this is obviously not discrete, but in the beginning of your vocabulary lesson, I mentioned a word. The essay was divided into 4 blank sections. Which discrete divides things? And number 4, a blank silence followed the passionate outburst. Which kind of silence? What do you think? Which kind of discrete? Excuse me. Okay, pause your video and write the correct words. Okay, let's see what the answers are. Number 1, please be discreet EE if you leave the seminar early. So you're being quiet, you're not making a big show of it, so we use that discreet. Two words that sound the same but differ in meaning are homophones. Homophones, that's how you spell that. That was said at the very beginning of today's lesson. The essay was divided into 4 discrete lessons. Since it's dividing, we divide the E's. And then a discrete silence followed the passionate outburst. So this discrete is, you're being quieter. So you want it to be less of a show. But honestly, you could use the other discrete here as well. It depends on how you choose to read it. If you want to say that this silence is separated from the outburst, then you could use the other discrete in there. Depends on how you want to say it. So in preparation for your evaluation that you have coming up this week, we're going to be doing a capitalization review. Also, don't forget, you have a Zoom call with me on Wednesday at 10 a.m. So your Zoom call is this Wednesday at 10 a.m. You are required to be at the Zoom call. Let me know if we need to work something different out. There's absolutely no way for you to use Zoom, but most of you have the ability to use Zoom, so you are required to be at the Zoom call. Okay. Number one of the rules that we have looked at, we've looked at a lot of rules. We're not going to look at them all like we went through them when we were first reviewing them, because I think we reviewed like 13 or something like that. We're not going to look at them like that. We're going to kind of boil them down to 5 simple rules that most things go under. But I want you to listen very carefully, because with rules 1 and 2 that I'm going to bring up, there are more things, more parts of it that you should take note of that go under that category that are not written on the screen. Okay, so this very first one is capitalize proper nouns and words formed from proper nouns. So what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, for example, capitalize the names of particular people. So capitalize someone's name. Also capitalize the name of particular places like Roatan and Honduras. Then you need to capitalize the names of particular things. For example, we would say that here at the house we have a Canon printer. We capitalize Canon because it's the proper noun for that particular item. Capitalize words referring to God and the Bible. Capitalize a common noun or adjective only when it is part of a proper noun. So if an adjective or a common noun is part of a proper noun, the name of a title or something like that, then you need to capitalize it. And capitalize words formed from proper nouns. For example, Germany is a proper noun, it's a place. German is an adjective that's formed from Germany, so we capitalize German. 2, we need to capitalize the title of people. Capitalize titles when they are used for a person's name as a part of the name. So like Aunt Sally, Dr. John, things like that. Titles following a name or used alone in place of a name are not usually capitalized unless used in a direct address. So, for example, if I say, the doctor went to town, I don't capitalize doctor here because that title isn't with a name. But if I'm talking to the doctor and I say, doctor, how are you? Then I capitalize doctor because I'm talking to the person, I'm using it as their name. Rule 3, capitalize titles of works. So this would be things like books, paintings, art. Rule 4, capitalize the first word of every sentence, including quoted sentences. So when you're giving a quotation, something that someone else is saying, you need to capitalize that name, or capitalize that first word. And number 5, the easiest one, capitalize the pronoun I. Okay. We have 9 sentences that we're going to go through. You need to circle each incorrect small letter. So each letter that should be capitalized, go ahead and circle it. We're going to do each sentence one at a time and check it immediately. So number 1, I read Mark Twain's Life on the Mississippi for my book report. Pause your video, write the sentence, circle the letters that should be capitalized. Okay, you ready? First, we have I, because we always capitalize the pronoun I, plus it starts our sentence. We need to capitalize Mark and Twain because that's his name. You also should capitalize life and Mississippi because those are the first, last important words in the title of this book. Or excuse me, yeah, the title of this book, sorry. And Mississippi also refers to a place, so even if it weren't in a title, it would need to be capitalized. That's it. So sentence number 2. Write this down. Work as if it all depended on you, but pray as if it all depended on God. And it does. Okay, make sure you have the words, the letters circled. Let's check it. So we capitalize the W in work because it starts our sentence. And we capitalize the G in God because we always capitalize God's name. Always, always, always. Even the pronouns. He, when it refers to God, his, him, capitalize those pronouns. Sentence number 3. Did Dr. Johnson say that he was going to Seattle for vacation? Pause the video, write down the sentence, circle the letters. Capitalize Doctor because that is the title, his title. Johnson because that is his name. And Seattle because that is a specific place, it's a city. And that's it for this sentence 3. Sentence 4. Samuel F. B. Morse invented the telegraph and was also an excellent artist. Write down the sentence, circle the correct letters. Okay, you should have F circled and B because those are his initials to his name, so it's part of his name. And Morse because that's also his name. And that's it for the sentence. So sentence number 5, the ocean liner, that's a fancy name for a big ship like a crucero, Lusitania, was sunk by a German submarine in 1915. Pause, write down the sentence. Okay, you should be ready to check. We need to capitalize the L in Lusitania because it's the name of a ship. We capitalize the G in German because it's an adjective formed from a proper noun. We do not capitalize submarine because submarine, this is not the name of a particular submarine. It's just a German submarine, so it's not a proper noun. Number 6, her favorite song is entitled The Battle Hymn of the Republic. Write the sentence, circle the letters that need to be capitalized. You need to capitalize the because that's the first word in the title of this song. Battle because it's an important word in the title. Hymn is also an important word, as well as republic. Number 7. The Soldier's Song is the name of Ireland's national anthem. Pause your video, write down the sentence, circle the word. Okay, we capitalize soldiers because it's a word in the song, as well as song. Those are important words. If you had like of or the, like in the sentence above, those aren't important words in the title, so they aren't capitalized. Ireland is also capitalized because it's the name of a country. Sentence 8. Miss Taylor asked, have you ever seen a Major League Baseball game, Joey? Pause your video, write down your sentence, circle. Okay, so we capitalize have because this starts the quotation. Remember, the first word of a quotation. We also capitalize Joey because that's his name. Major League Baseball game doesn't get capitalized because that's not a proper noun. Okay, oops, I thought we had 9 sentences. I was wrong, we only have 8. Here we go. Here's your homework. You need to complete Language C, pages 36 through 37. Wow, can't speak. You need to only complete Think C and Think D. Think C is on page 36, Think D is on page 37. So you need to work on those, complete those. Don't forget, you need to have Language C, page 48, completed before we do our Zoom call because that's what we will be going over on the Zoom call on Wednesday. Okay? I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Love you so much. Bye.